So there are quite a bit of people asking. So I've done one of these videos before, so I guess I'll do it again. 3 years ago, I put down my, well, I posted, not put down, posted my labor and delivery story for the twins. And here is my labor and delivery story for my son James. It all started last week when I was at work. And it had to have been maybe like Wednesday or Thursday. I just kept having this feeling that something was off. Like, I was expecting like to be hit. Like, I don't know, like, you know how you're kind of like expecting a phone call from somebody and you're kind of like, okay, where is it? Where is it? But, you know, like, are they going to call? They said they would. You know, it was just like this weird feeling that something was going to happen. I was waiting for something to happen. So the week goes on and I just have this anxiety, you know, just kind of like, I feel like I'm gonna go outside and like expect to be like hit by lightning. Like it wasn't really a good feeling. So like I said, the week goes on. Come Friday, the baby's in my stomach and he's just super hard, turning real hard. It hurts, you know, and it's not contractions. It's just, if you're a mom, you know that pain of like the baby moving and it's just his back was like on me and just pushing and you know I had been working, so I was tired, I was done, and any amount of movement was really just painful for me. So I'm leaving work Friday and my boss, her name is Jody, she looked at me and she goes, "Hey, tell me when you have the baby." And I'm like, nah, like, I'm not gonna have a baby yet. Like, he's not due until April. It's cool. So, I leave work. The next day, Saturday, I get up. It's a double baby shower day for me and my sister. It's my birthday. And I start having contractions. It's like 7:30 in the morning. So I start having the contractions. And at first, I'm like, no, these are like really familiar. Maybe they're just Braxton Hicks, right? Because they weren't super bad in the beginning. And I start clocking them just to be like, you know what? Maybe I should start clocking them. So I have an app on my phone. Was able to clock them. 8 o'clock rolls around. 9 o'clock rolls around. And I'm like, this is like really painful, you know? I don't know. Maybe I will have the baby today. And so it's hectic in the house. We're setting up for the baby shower. We're expecting a jumper and party guys to deliver chairs and tables. My sister's blowing up balloons with helium. I'm trying to get dressed. I'm like, I'm going to keep myself busy. I'm going to forget about this pain. It's fine. So I go in the room. I start doing my makeup. I'm juggling the kids. I'm trying to help my mom. I'm trying to help my sister. Like in between, I have like half of a face on. I have like one eyeliner done, one eyebrow. It's like really weird. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm in labor. And it's just getting worse and worse. And I'm doing my best to clock them. And it's to the point now where I'm like needing to stop and just like curl up and just like wait for the contraction to stop. So that's going on, and it's about 11 o'clock, and they're just getting so bad, like to the point where I can't walk, and I can't even do anything but just stop where I'm at and just let it pass. And by then, they're already like 5 minutes apart, if that. Like they're probably like 3 even. And I stopped clocking them so I wouldn't really know, but it hurt, and I was on and off the toilet all morning because I kept urinating with the contractions. So I finally am like, listen, this is full blown labor. I thought I could ride it out, but I'm not going to make it to the hospital. You need to call an ambulance. And my mom is like, okay, you know. So I finish up my face and my hair because I look like a mess. So I finish it up. They're calling the ambulance and they're talking on the phone with my brother, who's like relaying messages to me as I'm like crumbling over in contraction pain. And they had me over the phone. They told me, like, okay, get into the birthing position. So I'm on the couch, like, ready to give birth. Like, it's so crazy. I'm freaking naked from the waist down. There's towels, there's blankets. Everyone's kind of freaking out, but it's like this weird sense of calmness at the same time. Like, it wasn't, it was more like organized chaos. Like, it was kind of like, okay. But in the inside, you're kind of like, oh my gosh, like, what's going on? But no one expressed that. No one, like, panicked on the outside, which was really good. It was kind of calming. So the EMTs get here, paramedics get here. They load me up and they take me in the ambulance and they start driving to like a closer hospital, High Desert, instead of Desert Regional, which I was supposed to deliver at. And they asked me, they're like, are you sure you don't want to go to Desert Regional? And I said, I'm not going to make it. I'm going to have this baby in the ambulance. I won't make it. We have a better shot at High Desert. And they're like, okay. So they start driving. And the ambulance, she's just cruising. And the contractions are like really hitting. And they're like, well, has your water broken yet? And I said, no, it hasn't. They're just really close. And I was like, it's going to happen. And he was like, well, it can't happen without your water breaking. And I was like, okay. He goes, well, if your water breaks, let me know. And he's trying to keep me calm. Like, we're kind of like joking between contractions. And I'm like doing my best not to like really scream because they were just so bad. They were so hard. And so we're literally like maybe a minute after he was like, if your water breaks, tell me. If you need to push, tell me. Literally a minute later, one just super hard contraction happened. And I just kind of like bared down, like knees to chest almost, because they have my feet strapped in the gurney. And that helped me bear down a little bit. My water breaks. And I can feel him starting to crown. And I said, my water broke and I'm crowning. I can feel him. And the paramedic's like, I can see the hospital from where we're at on the highway. 2 minutes, please, 2 minutes. Don't push. And I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to push. He's coming out. I'm telling you. I reach over, I unbuckle my legs, and I put my legs up. And I'm kind of okay. I have another contraction super hard, and I'm like, oh my God. And like by then, like his head is out. I know his head is out. And I'm like, he's out. Like, he's done. And he was like, we're right here. Literally, as I said that, we're coming around the corner on White Feather Road. And that's like maybe another like 40 seconds, if that, up the road to get to the hospital. But as we're coming around the bend, the back tires of the ambulance hit kind of like the divot in the road. And that was enough for me to like have a contraction at one point. Like, it happened like spontaneously, like all together. It was so crazy. Back tires hit as I'm having a contraction. It hit, I bared down, and it was enough for me to push the baby out in the ambulance as we're going up the hill to White Feather Road. And I was like, he's out. And the paramedic is like losing his shit, right? Like, oh my God. As we're going up the hill, the baby's like literally sliding off the gurney because I couldn't catch him because it's at a grade. And so I'm there and I'm like, grab him. The paramedic grabs him, suctions him. And by the time that's done and he starts to put him on my chest, we're already at the hospital. Like, it was literally like another 20 seconds. Like, it happened so quick. And he was like, cancel ER bed. You know, because the whole way they were communicating, he was like, she had the baby's out. And so they're like, oh my God. So we pull up into the parking lot where ER is at, and they open the doors. I'm like spread eagle, like there's a mess, there's a baby. And there's all these nurses gloved up, and they're like, oh my God, she had the baby. And I said, yeah, like he told you on the radio. And the guy was like, I fucking radioed in, like this and that. You know, my driver wasn't driving fast enough. You know, I told you, like, the baby's out. Where the fuck is the doctor? Where's the pediatricians? And everyone was like, what the fuck do we do? Like, no one knew what to do. It was like, but no one was panicking. It was kind of just like, hey, like, there's a baby. So they get me in. They get him evaluated. He was so pretty. He was. Like, most babies don't look the way that you think when they come out, because I mean they're in there for 9 months or however long, and they're kind of all scrunchy right now. He cried. He was blue a little bit. I mean, yeah, he was early, so it was honestly just like I had him and I was like chilling. I was like, yeah, I had him. Like, cool. What do we do next? And they were looking at me like, what? Like, aren't you in pain? I said, no. Like, I'm good. I just had a natural birth. Like, get me out of here, right? And so we're in the ER, chilling there for a couple hours, and they said they're evaluating him, and he was having some problems with his lungs, and High Desert Medical doesn't have a NICU, a neo intensive care unit, so they were going to transfer him to Loma Linda, but they decided that transferring him to Loma Linda, he wasn't like in that critical of a condition, so they sent him to Riverside University, UCR, off of Moreno Valley, and they said that it would be quicker to airlift him. So my son got an ambulance ride and a helicopter ride in the same day that he was born, and yeah, he's doing, now it's to Wednesday. I had him Saturday, it's Wednesday now. He's doing good. He's growing. He was born at 4 pounds, 16 inches long at 11:45 in the morning in the back of an ambulance. And yeah, and so it's just the waiting game on how well he can gain the muscles and not the muscle, but like the right lung capacity in order to pass all the feeding tests and manage sucking and breathing and the whole spiel that I had with the twins. So it's not really anything new to me. He's a fighter. He's feisty. He is feisty. He doesn't like to be touched. He doesn't like his feet touched. He has a hard, for not having much of a lung capacity, he has a loud cry.
Mommy?
He screams. And he knows my voice, he knows Dad's voice, because he can be screaming and one of us will talk and he's calm. And that's all he wants. He just wants to know that one of us is there with him. And it sucks because he's so far away and I have the twins and Dad's working, but it's gonna happen in due time. But the best birthday gift, like the best birthday gift I could have, because people were in the ER, they were like, okay, when's your date of birth? And I'm like 2/8/94, and they're like, oh, that's today. Your birthday's today. Uh-huh. Oh, you had your baby on your birthday. That's so awesome. Oh yeah, or they were telling me, oh, you look so great. Like, you had time to do your makeup. I was like, no, I was getting ready for my baby shower. What? It's a baby shower birthday party that I was getting ready for today and ended up having my baby today. And they were like, what? That's so crazy. So on double baby shower, me and my sister, double baby shower day / birthday, my son didn't want me there. He wanted me in the hospital to have him. Not even in the hospital to have him in the ambulance. So yeah, that's my labor and delivery story. I think back on it and I'm like, how did that even happen? For like 3 days, for like the past 3 days, I was literally like, holy fuck, I had a baby. Like, how did I have the baby? I went to work on Monday and had to do some things. And like, I didn't work to go to work, but I went in, visited with the girls, and they're like, you're up, you're out. And I was like, yeah, they discharged me after 11 hours. I had about 11:45. By 3 o'clock, I was walking around. I was, helping myself to the bathroom, like I was great, like minor pains. And even now, like, I'm good. People are like, how are you up and around? I had a natural birth. When you have a natural birth, it's different. It's different than having like a C-section or even getting an epidural, because it's more pain on you. And I know that because Ava was a natural birth. And I was fine. Like after I had Ava, after I pushed Ava out, I was cool. Like I was ready to sit up. I wanted, I wanted to like hold her. And then they were like, no, we have to get your son out. So then I had a C-section. So the C-section is what put me down with the twins. But like you feel this instant relief, like this whole body head to toe relief after you push a baby out naturally. Trust me. But yeah, it was 11:45. I got home at 9:30 that same day. Unfortunately, the baby shower was over by then, but it was cool. It's a cool story to like think back on and be like, yo, like I had a baby on my birthday. Like we share birthday now. Like fuck my birthday. It's his birthday. Like I'll never have a birthday again, and that's fine. But for the rest of his life, like that's gonna be like the craziest story. The poor paramedic was like white. He was like wasn't even green. He was white. He was ghost white, sweating bullets. Couldn't even look me in the face after. Was just like, oh, you need to sign this paper. And it just couldn't help but laugh. But it was his first time delivering a baby. He had transferred women in labor before, but not given birth or helped with a birth. So I'm planning on finding him and thanking him because his wife is due to have a baby in July. So I definitely want to get him like a cool gift for his child. I don't know if it's a boy or girl, but yeah. So I had a baby on my birthday in the back of an ambulance. So crazy.